to the Tweek and Kai Show. I'm Tweek. That's Kai. I pour it, he puffs it, and we predict it. My friend, as always, it is good to see you. Pouring it lightly tonight, enjoying a nice orange soda. Orange soda. Kel would be proud from Keenan and Kel. Shout out Keenan and Kel. A little classic cartoon there. But the real question is, how are you doing, my friend?
Other than having a little bit of spaghetti sauce on my hoodie, I'm having a Dr. Pepper zero sugar on the evening. Just cashed a Penguins underdog bet, 100 to win 140, a nice little $240 return. So we absolutely love that. Been a tough week with sports, little predictable. You should never go away from the obvious prediction. You know.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't outthink the room, right? But don't be smarter than your own good.
We get a little bit too confident.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, our confidence this past weekend for a couple of bets, it almost panned out. Almost counts for horseshoes and hand grenades, right? So, one heck of an Equinox bet there. You had me fooled. I totally thought you had 5 for 5, and I thought you're cashing that big one. But
yeah, let's get right into this. I'm gonna read the Equinox parlay. I can't remember if I had it posted on the page. I don't think I did. But we sprinkled every single major league sport in. Let's see here. See all. Where did I send you that Equinox photo?
You sent me it via text message.
Okay, I got it. It wasn't loaded in. Ugh. The rural area Wi-Fi, let me tell you. So we had all 5 major league sports that were going. So in the major, let's start with the NFL. The NFL, I had the Kansas City Chiefs minus. I just actually had the Kansas City Chiefs to win on that one. Oklahoma City Thunder money line for NBA. The Ottawa Senators to win against the Boston Bruins for NHL. And then for Major League Soccer, we had Cincinnati to win. They got the job done 1-0. And in the Major League Baseball World Series, the Dodgers in what was one of, if not the greatest World Series baseball game of all time. I was like trying to keep my eyes open to see if the bet came. On here, it was Los Angeles Dodgers to win. I decided to take a little step further to adjust the odds, get a little bit of a better payout. And the Los Angeles Dodgers did not, in fact, beat the minus 1.5 point spread. So got that done. That would have been one hell of a pick, one hell of a 5 picker. Having every single sport in there is crazy bold, but I spent all morning just looking at stats, matchups, what's going on, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put as much effort in this as possible, and it almost paid out. If I wouldn't have overthought it, we would have cashed out. Obviously, we would. I think at the time, the reason I didn't decide to, the Dodgers were like a minus 240 to win, so it didn't do anything for the parlay. The spread was a minus 110, so it was like, Tweek.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, and I think in that Sports Equinox little lay that I did, though I didn't officially make in the bet, I did have the Blue Jays plus 1.5. So maybe the bad juju didn't mix there. Maybe that's my fault. I'm sorry.
Oh, we probably should have laid that one together.
Yeah, I think I did have the under though, and no, I had the over. I think on that one. Don't think it ended up panning out in that one. Oh, minor.
18 innings, correct?
Yep, 18 innings.
Wow, absolutely.
That's like 2 full games.
2 full games, like that's crazy.
In one, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
hopefully they got the icing on.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of great sports, except from the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins can't figure it the fuck out. Like at this point, you got to bench Tua. Like bench him, let the underpaid backup come in and call it a day.
I think it might take a little bit more than just the QB change.
Yeah, okay. So their offense, but Tua, it starts it doesn't necessarily always start with the quarterback because they need a line. Tua was missing his pass marks, and they have a get it off quick offense, and yeah, people got through, but come on, he's got to figure it out. I think it's Tua, even for his I don't know, maybe he rose me the wrong way in his interviews and all that, and I don't know. I just don't think that he's it's not a good atmosphere, whatever's going on. Whatever's going on in Miami is not good.
Vibes are not vibing. There's no doubt about it. But I tell you what's vibing. I think the Ravens are starting to vibe, and
it reminds me of a Benetti ran CMR team. Holy fuck, God! Oh shit!
Armless takedowns.
Oh, armless takedowns. Oh.
If you get a concussion, that's your fault.
Circa 2015-16 season.
The grand old times. No, I think I missed that year with Benetti. But
oh yeah, because that was Casey Park's first year.
Yep.
Yeah, Coach Park.
Coach Park.
We gotta get him on the pod one day.
Coach Park, the beekeeper. You hear?
The beekeeper. Log Hog TV. Plug him in. Subscribe to his YouTube and wish for the best.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Is Log Hog?
Log Hog TV.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, but speaking of loving it, definitely the Ravens are starting that part of the schedule is starting to look pretty good for them. So maybe losing 5 out of 7 won't mean nothing to them these next couple months. Who knows? Yeah, and then with Lamar taking that week off, they're getting a W, and then they got a few extra days before they go into their next game. And for it to be another NFC opponent, I'm already kind of liking the line for that one next week, even though it's obviously not up yet. But I don't know. I might have to see what that one's at. But we'll figure that out next week. Yeah, we're back. Gosh dang it, though. Speaking of being close, 4 out of 5. That for sure pick of ours, right? With San Fran. They always figure out a way to win. I guess not this time around. Good bounce back by the Texans there. Their defense showed up, and the offense there a little bit. But again, with Greenlaw out for the Niners, I wasn't necessarily that surprised. I just thought it would be just a tad bit closer. So, fiddlesticks on that one.
Yeah, that I had a few different bets that kind of all circulated back to the Niners covering a spread, and it just not even close. Not even close. There's a bunch of videos popping up on my news feed. It's like, bro, I just spent my life savings on a bet that'll for sure cash. And it's like over under 0.5 trucks on the pitch. And it's like a little league soccer game with a truck fucking backing into the field. It's so fun. If there's a chance for the Triple P podcast bets to go wrong, it's gonna go wrong. Sometimes it's for the sake of bold, and it takes away the fun of it, kind of like the Dodgers. The Dodgers winning by 2 was a little bit better of a payout than them just winning. So why not be bold? Why not be brave?
Can't argue that.
That's why we're not stacking our bankroll, which I'm still up on the year. Still up on the year, having a great time, having a blast. NHL hockey never fails. Never fails. 90% of the time. 90% pick rate.
There you go. That's an A. So
that is an A.
Or a B according to some professors. I don't know. Some professors like you to get a 93 or above. 92.9. Sorry, it's B. Man, but hey, I did have a little lay hit though. So I've split basically the morning picks and the evening picks. Obviously, the evening picks being, less picks and therefore more of a chance. I put a Kersey 10, got me 50 back. So,
oh hell yeah! Stack your bankroll.
Stacking it. Yep.
You're stacking it with 3P all season long.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, what's going on in the fight space?
Yeah. God, speaking of the crazy World Series too, how about Toronto being up 3-2, heading back home?
That's maybe Dodgers squeak out one more win.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's showtime, baby. Showbiz.
Welcome to the show. Man, Toronto figured out how to swing, that's for sure.
Have we discussed the basketball betting?
Which basketball thing?
The basketball betting scandal.
Oh, gosh.
I told all these motherfuckers that there's a reason my bets don't hit, and it's because they're forcing them not to hit. And then like 2 days later, that shit happens. Oh, come on.
Yeah, just, hey, I got you $1.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that is something else for sure. Money's a powerful thing sometimes.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Let me see here. I'm gonna see if they have the BKFC Michigan odds up for BKFC. If not, I'm just gonna stick to some hockey player too tonight.
There you go. Well, while you go and look into that, let me go into my slate. Does that sound about good?
Sounds about good.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Tweek's Sunday slate. Starting off with the Falcons at the Patriots. Give me the Patriots. Man, what a turnaround for them. Even with the Falcons even having Penix back. Again, they're on the road. I don't know how healthy Penix will be coming into this game. And, I wouldn't be surprised somehow if this ends up being a little closer with Penix having that week off. But I don't know. I'm just rolling with the Heat. With the hot hand, I think we got to go with the Patriots on that one. Even with them trading away one of their safeties, I think they'll be just fine on defense. So next we got the Chargers at the Titans. Give me the Chargers. I think it's official that if it wasn't official before, it's definitely official now. With them releasing Lockett, and then now I think they just traded away like one of their best, if not the best, defensive player on their team. At least a really pretty decent cornerback. I think they're crawling into that bye week, basically, and calling it a season without calling it a season. So Chargers on that one. Bears and Bengals. I guess I'm going to go with the Bears. Joe Flacco seems to be a little bit banged up, but the Bears secondary seems to be also a little bit banged up, and good luck trying to cover Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So, but that's if Flacco's still slinging it. I don't know. He might even sit out this week, so that might change things pretty drastically. But I think the Bears might be able to bounce back a little bit after that kind of tough road loss there. So give me the Bears. Bears. Next one, we got the Colts at the Steelers. I wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of a coin flip game. I wouldn't be surprised either team won, especially with Colts getting on the road against the Steelers with the weather being a little colder compared to a dome team. But I mean, what can't the Colts do? Mm-hmm. And what a surprise team for that. Jonathan Taylor's just running all over the place. Hopefully somehow he squeaks out with the MVP. It'd be nice to see a non-QB win it, but nonetheless, I guess I'm going to go with the Colts on that one. So next we got the Niners with the Giants. And then Niners kind of buttoned it up just a tad bit. I know they traded for a veteran on the defense there. Obviously, Giants losing, everyone's favorite Scabito with a gnarly ankle injury.
That was disgusting. That was fucking disgusting.
Terrible. It just so unfortunate for that person. But you know what? Maybe I think we're going to go with the Niners on that one. So next we got the Broncos at the Texans. This one's going to be a little bit more of an interesting one because, again, Texas' defense is kind of low-key pretty decent. The Broncos is really stout, but they're going to be missing possibly Patrick Surtain. He's listed as doubtful right now in the injury report. So unless some miracle he manages to come back in, I don't think he's going to be out on that one. And even though Moss on the opposite ends be doing pretty good too, who's then going to be opposite of Moss, like on the defense there. So I'm not sure if they get Nico Collins back from that concussion, and maybe they get Christian Kirk back as well. So a couple veterans on the offense there for the Texans. But I feel like Broncos keep finding a way, get some W's. So give me the Broncos there on that one. Vikings at the Lions. Give me the Lions on that one. Coming off a bye, they're home. And sure, it's a division rival, but division rival that's going to swap back to JJ again. So, he claims to be healthy. How healthy is he? I don't know. That O-line for some reason is a little bit banged up for the Vikings. And then good luck playing against Aiden Hutchinson, a freshly paid and motivated Aiden Hutchinson. So, yeah, give me the Lions on that one. Panthers at the Packers. Give me the Packers on that one. I don't even know if Bryce Young's going to be playing in this one. I thought he was going to play last week, but apparently Andy Dalton played. So I don't know who might play again this week, but I think Dalton got banged up a little bit too. I don't know, but nonetheless, give me the Packers on that one. Jags at the Raiders. Both are off a bye, so it's pretty interesting, but I think give me the Jaguars on that one. I mean, sure, the Raiders end up picking up Tyler Lockett, reuniting with Geno Smith and Pete Carroll. It's just, is that enough to get a W? Not too sure. So give me the Jags on that one. Saints at the Rams. Give me the Rams. Saints are swapping to a new QB, rookie QB. The Rams off a bye. Rams home. Recipe for disaster. At least if you're a Saint, that is. If you're a Ram, I think it's going to be a good day for you. So next one, awesome game for this week. Chiefs of the Bills. I don't know. I guess give me the Chiefs. Again, this is probably going to be a coin flip one. And usually Buffalo, the last time they played recently, like in the regular season, Buffalo tends to win these kind of games. But I don't know. Just the Chiefs kind of started figuring out as of like the past couple weekends. So I think the Bills ended up losing one of their key defensive players too, like on the line too. So I'm not too sure that'll pan out for the Bills there too. But again, I wouldn't be surprised either way. But if I get this one's really just coin flip, I don't know. Give me the Chiefs on this one. Last but not least, Sunday night football with the Hawks. Yeah. Visiting the Commanders. I'm just a little confused on this one. Maybe it's just biased opinion. I guess I'm going to go with the Hawks. They're off a bye. And sure, they're on the road. Seattle tends to actually play pretty well there on the East Coast. And sure, the Commanders are going to have more than likely Jaden Daniels back, but I think Scary Terry might be out yet again this week. I guess, yeah, I mean, hey, he scored enough points last week to get me a fantasy football W, so can't argue that. I don't know, Bobby Wagner, vengeance game, although I thought they played maybe like a year, like last year too. Yeah, they did play last year, so I don't know how much of a vengeance game it really is since they're playing again. But yeah, I don't know unless they make the same mistakes that they did, last week. Then it might be a different story. However, I don't know. I'm going with the Hawks on this one. So if that's my homer pick, that's my homer pick. But yeah. So recapping Tweek's Sunday slate: the Patriots, the Chargers, the Bears, the Colts, the Niners, the Broncos, not the Vikings, the Lions, the Packers, the Jags, the Rams, the Chiefs, and the Hawks. So feeling pretty good about that one.
I'm feeling good for you. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, if anything, I'm really not going to be surprised if my only L ends up being with the Bills one. You know,
Do you want
it's
to do a Sunday morning live to go over final live game day picks as well?
could, yeah. What time?
I don't
I'm
know.
thinking
I don't know quite yet. Because what time's the first game? Because it's probably
11. Yeah, there's
11.
nothing across the pond this week, so get to
Could do it.
sleep in a little bit.
Could do it a little 10 a.m. or
Yeah.
yeah. We'll discuss that and we'll let you guys know on all of our platforms from YouTube to Instagram to Facebook. We will be live. We'll get things figured out.
One way or another.
Oh, but yeah. Might as well go over Kai's card. Gonna go over Kai's card. We have BKFC in Michigan. Headlining is the Mohawk, and yeah, let me get to the site. Thought I was just there. It's gonna be a good one. Former title challenger and former foe of the best fighter in BKFC history, Tommy Stridham. He is gonna put a pace on Nathan Rivera. Nathan Rivera has heavy hands, super sloppy. He struggled with pressure, and Tommy's gonna try to exploit that. You know, I always do root for everybody that I fight, except for Brian Duran. So I do hope that Tommy gets the job done, but if Rivera gets the job done, he is the younger guy. Youth is on his side, but I do expect actually one crazy fight. I do expect it to test both guys. So hats off to both of them for taking tough fights. And yeah, my official pick for that one, I'm actually going to stay away from the 145-pound fight. I'm only going to bet on the main event. And I believe we're going to, if I can get this pulled up, it's so slow. So slow right now. This is what happens where we do road podcasts. I'm not a road podcast team. But shit. I have a quick 3-picker for you guys on this, but I want to say everything correctly. What all do you got going on over the next few days, Tweek?
Hopefully trying to recover from yet another work week.
Yep. What time do you kick off work tomorrow?
Bright and early, 8 a.m. So
8 a.m. Santa's coming to town. Let's see here. So in the dang, AJ Craig is an underdog against Justin Street. I might just do a little Montana lay, but in the very first fight of the night, Ruben Arroyo versus Paris Boyd. Ruben Arroyo has proven time and time again that he's there just to fight. I think I'm going for Paris Boyd in that fight. He's a hometown guy. Hopefully he comes and shows out, but Ruben has been so inconsistent. It's like it's almost better for him. It's a better bet, especially if you have odds, because usually he's like a plus 700. Right now he's a plus 200. So it gives the other guy some betting incentive. So we got Paris Boyd as the first leg of our parlay. On the second leg, AJ Craig from Montana versus Justin Street. I do think that is a really, really, really good fight. I do think that AJ Craig can be hit or miss, but he also fights some of the best in the game. So I'm going to have to go with AJ Craig as the underdog in this close matchup. Tommy Stridham versus Nathan Rivera. Not putting it on betting, but I am telling you right now, I'm rooting for Tommy, the farmer Stridham. He's a good guy. And I do believe that he deserves quite a bit of success. And then we got Zach Cavender and Esteban Rodriguez in the main event. And Esteban Rodriguez is one of those fighters that, he's going to come straight forward. He's dangerous to bet on, but he's extremely fun to fight, and he always has a chance to land his knockout punch. Him rushing in is definitely dangerous, but I'm going to choose him for this parlay, and we're going to put this in here. So, yeah, right there we got Paris Boyd, AJ Craig, and Esteban Rodriguez for your BKFC Michigan fights. Be sure to tune in to my live on Saturday night. I'm going to be live doing another fight companion and discussing the fights with everybody. So that was fun last week. Had actually quite a few views. So hopefully we can go back in and get some more. So with that said, I'm going to mosey on over to the hockey lines. Right now we have a live bet. Detroit Red Wings are up 2-1 against the Los Angeles Kings. We have them to win. I got them on an underdog bet earlier in the game.
Score.
Score. So let's go to featured and let's go to tomorrow's matchup. So we have the Colorado Avalanche versus the Vegas Golden Knights. So one line that really sticks out to me here, Vegas Golden Knights at home. It's a pick 'em, but they're plus 186 to not cover them. Oh, they're actually favorites. Okay, so the Colorado Avalanche at a plus 1.5. It's minus 246, so not very much value on there, but I'd bet your bottom dollar that they are going to cover that spread right there. And then we have the New York Islanders at the Washington Capitals. Give me the Washington Capitals there at home at minus 236. If you parlay those two together, you have a plus 100, double your money, and call it a day.
There you go. Quick little doubler.
Colorado Avalanche plus 1.5. Washington Capitals money line. The Colorado Avalanche are a pretty freaking stout team. So, like, to lose by 2 points is going to be a tough task. Now, Las Vegas is one of the best teams at home. But, oh well. They're all the best teams. Pro sports.
Yep. Gotta love them. Consistently inconsistent.
Gotta love those.
Unless you're consistent.
Right. Yeah, shit. I don't have a lot of bets today. We could do a quick Tweek and Kai Show courtesy parlay of the week. If you guys are in here, please be sure to like, comment, and share. Tag somebody in the comments that might get a kick out of our show. Drop a comment on your best picks of the week. It would help us out a lot to see where our fans stand. Jesus, Green Bay Packers are minus 1,000 favorites.
Yeah.
Oh God. What are we thinking for a courtesy lay this week? Shit.
I mean,
I'm gonna go. I like the Colts.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue that one.
That's value too, minus 168.
Yeah,
I do like the value there. Yeah, the Broncos as underdogs. I don't love it, but I don't love it.
That should help juice up the old lay on that one. And then if you're feeling it, maybe the Bears.
The Bears?
Minus 145.
Bears are minus 145 against Cincinnati. Okay. And then I don't know if I want to do that Denver bet. Should we see it? What does that do to the lay? A plus 454 for a little three. Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, Denver Broncos. I can drop a fiver on that one. 5 to 25.
Exactly.
Well, the Tweek and Kai Show courtesy parlay of the week. Let's set it out straight for you guys. We got the Indianapolis Colts, Chicago Bears, and Denver Broncos. Be sure to go to Kirgo.com using code King Kai for sign up for all your sports betting needs. And if you tail this parlay, be sure to drop those screenshots whenever it cashes. We are currently 1-1 on the courtesy lay. So let's see if we can we're 1-2. 1-2 on the courtesy lay. Let's try to even even it up. So 2
There
and
you go.
3, let's get it going. So yeah, let's place that bet and move on.
Place a bet, move on. And speaking of moving on, instead of a nice crisp 5, let's go move to a crisp 20. That's right. Let's go to Tweek's 20. Yet again, last week we were one lay away from having a pretty good payout. This week, I don't know, maybe I'm feeling even a little better on this one. So starting off, it's funny, I had it in my mind and now I'm just doing blanks. But let's just go ahead and start off with the Lions minus 9.5. I'm down to swallow that big number right there, right down the gullet. They're coming off a bye. There's a new QB. I know JJ is not completely new in that system and all that, but like he played a couple games, got hurt, then there's a new QB. So now he's trying to get back in the rhythm. Aiden Hutchinson used to play with JJ, at Michigan, so there's probably a little extra incentive. And obviously with the actual money incentive that he had, I think you're going to be seeing one heck of a game from Aiden Hutchinson. Don't be surprised if he gets like 3 sacks. So Lions minus 5.5. Next, I'm telling you, the Saints minus 14.5. Even if you bump it up the lineup one way or another, I think Rams easily cover their minus 14.5 on that one. Once again, it's another team off a bye and another QB change with that team too. And another big key thing too is one of the best centers in the league is actually Mr. McCoy from the Saints. He's out this week. So I really don't know how well that line's going to hold up. So give me the Rams minus 14.5 on that one. Next, did I say? Oh, another minus 9.5. We're going to Chargers. Swallowing 9.5 with the Titans on that one. Chargers, I think they were the ones that played on Thursday night last week, going in this week, so a few extra days. Plus, with the Titans kind of seemingly strategically straying away from winning, we'll say, to focus on next year. I think the Chargers end up finding a way to cover that spread on that one. Next, we have, I think I'm going to go with Jacksonville minus 2.5. I think they end up winning this game, at least by a field goal, if not even a tad bit more. It could be one of those crazy, I don't know, it could be one of those just weird games since they're both off a bye. They both have 2 weeks to prep with each other. Wouldn't be surprised if it's some kind of crazy, field goal barn burner. It's 24s, driving last second. Jacksonville ends up picking game-winning field goal. So, give me, Jacksonville minus 2.5 on that one. And then I'm telling you what, it's been a while since I've put a homer pick on the old Tweeks 20. Let's go Seattle minus 2.5. Again, just a good old Sunday night football, just I think the Hawks are going to win this game. I just, once again, it's another team. It's off a bye. A lot of teams this year have been doing really well off the bye. And if I remember correctly, it was like 3 weeks ago, like all 4 teams went 4-0 on that. So, plus, again, the Hawks playing pretty well on the East Coast there. The Commanders kind of a little bit of a weird team. Sure, it should be a little bit more competitive with Jaden Daniels coming back. But I believe that the Hawks are going to end up winning this game. Again, I wouldn't be surprised. Somehow, just crazy Sunday night football madness. It's going to take a game-winning, drive to kick a game-winning field goal. But, I think that'll be enough for the Hawks to cover that spread. So, once again, Tweeks 20 is going to be Detroit minus 9.5, Chargers minus 9.5. Quite frankly, Rams minus 14.5. Technically a lot of favorites. Jacksonville minus 2.5 and Seahawks minus 2.5. So
let's go down the line.
Exactly. I don't see a lot of dogs barking. I think the only real dog that I'm confident in is really the Broncos. Now I wouldn't be surprised. The other dog barking is maybe the Steelers, but that's at -3.5. So, Indianapolis could still win on some kind of crazy last second ordeal that they could win by like a 2 or 3 points. Steelers still cover the spread, but the Colts still win. Yeah, I don't really see, many of the dogs doing too much this week. I guess the other one would be the Bills, but with how competitive those teams been, is that really much? I mean, on paper, sure, the Bills would be a dog pick, but I wouldn't be that surprised with it too. So, yeah, I'm excited for another week of football.
Absolutely.
Excited for another week of sports.
I'm almost thinking that it's time to maybe even look at a quick little basketball lay while we're here. Maybe I might not actually be doing this ticket, but this is a couple lines that I was looking at while you're doing your Tweeks 20.
There you go.
Super, super, super interesting stuff this week.
Oh, so I think they're starting their quest to the NBA Cup. Obviously not the NBA Finals. This is the mid-season kind of tournament that they've kind of implemented the last couple of years. So a lot of teams, maybe they don't really do too much when it comes during the week, but when it comes to the cup time, some extra razzle dazzle there too. So anyways, what do we got? What are you thinking there off the top of your head?
I'm doing a couple spooky season stuff. I got I want to look on here. The 76ers looking pretty freaking good. 4-0. They're heading back home. Celtics 2-3. Little shaky start to the season, but the 76ers in Philly, any Philly sports team rallies at home. They love their sports there. They get behind them. So the 76ers is a line definitely to watch because they're calling it a pretty close game. Like the odd close, -130 in the NBA for a 4-0 against a 2-3. I love to see it. Also looking, the Raptors at the Cavaliers. The Raptors off to a rough start. Cleveland Cavaliers -7, -7-point favorites. That's like +7 points in the NBA. Like it's so hit or miss. In these preseason games, you might see some 20-point games, but you don't see that a lot in the NBA. Usually they're separated by just a couple points. Probably staying away from that line unless it ticks a little bit closer for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Can't hardly talk. Utah Jazz at the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns off to a rough start. Utah Jazz, but they are going to the Phoenix to home. Utah Jazz just had a rough game. I believe it was against the Jazz versus who? Who did the Jazz just play? I can't think. Wow, brain fart. But the Jazz are 2-2 versus Phoenix 4, and I think the Phoenix Suns are favored at home. That gives Utah some value there. Watch those lines, see how that drifts. If the Jazz become if they could become bigger underdogs, especially because of their pretty explosive start, because they're still scoring a lot of points. They're just not like they lost to some tough teams. So yeah, that's about it on NBA. I do a lot of NBA live stuff. So if I go live, tune in, especially if you want to tail some bets, because we've been absolutely crushing it on live bets. And it's so hard you can't talk about live bets unless you're live. So tune in.
Yeah.
What else you got for us, Tweek?
What about looking at that Lakers-Memphis line?
Lakers, Memphis. Let's look at it. 3-2 versus 3-2 at the Grizzlies. That should be a good one.
Doncic being a game time decision, but Lakers aren't doing too shabby. without their two big names there.
Yeah. Are they are the Lakers dogs in that?
Yes. Plus 110 dogs. The line's at 2.5 in favor of the Grizz.
Interesting. That's a good one. That's almost one that you want to watch live, because if a team gets an early 10-point lead and you get them at like a plus 10, you know, like I've live betting. Love it. On my bookie, we have Las Vegas Lakers plus 114 underdogs, Memphis Grizzlies minus 139, plus 2.5. Definitely good. I like the Lakers. I like the Lakers in that matchup. You know, Memphis at home. What are you thinking? Have you been paying too much attention to basketball, or have you been reading some stats?
I really haven't, unfortunately.
My favorite part is I hate watching it. Like, I watch it because betting's fun, but I have no bias. I have literally absolutely zero bias to any of the teams. So it's straight stat read. So in reality, all my money comes from these sports I know nothing about, like the Major League Soccer one. You know, just do some stat research. Fucking, it makes it a little, like, it takes a little bit of the guesswork away, because, you know, betting on fighting, there's so much. That's why I can't bet on the 145-pound fight this weekend. It's because I have a little bit of bias in there, and I don't want to make a bet and it's money on a bias. So my fight bets are shaky. My hockey bets are getting better and better. NBA live betting has been really fun. NFL hit or miss, but we've definitely cashed some parlays this year. It's been a pretty productive year for 3P, in my opinion.
There you go. We're getting more refined, older, wiser, maybe even a little bolder too. But that's the beauty of it.
Are you calling me out?
I mean, may like calling myself out, but
it's starting to go, Tweek. It's starting to go.
Bucket hat's perfect for hiding the shiny heads. That's for sure. I would say bolder, but sure, bolder and balder, and no surprise either way. So. Now, what game were you saying again originally?
For what game?
Oh, with Memphis. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's what I was going to do. I was going to check because I don't know. See, they have Zach Edey out, but I don't know if John Morant's been playing. I can't remember. I don't know if he's like suspended or not, or if he's, been playing since the start of the season, since the new season and all that stuff. But that was what I was going to check. I don't see anything about John Morant being injured, so that's where I can see Memphis being a favorite, especially if he's on the floor and then they don't have Doncic to kind of match that offensive firepower there. Although apparently all they need is Austin Reeves.
Nick Nordell in the comments saying THT Wrestling Club has bucket hats, Tweek.
Yes, love it, love it, love it. Going to come in handy this season. So I did put in that special request. Thank you, Mr. Nordell, for doing that. I'm going to have to definitely take a look and do some investing. No doubt about that. Yeah. Again, if I didn't work till 8 o'clock tonight, I'd have been there tonight. Usually my night's trying to be there Tuesdays, Thursdays. It seems like that's the best balance for me. But again, when you work till 8 o'clock, not much you can do on that. I'm curious to see what that weighed. So,
traveling. We're down here in Tri-Cities, Washington, training at Dakota's old gym with her coach Tony, Mercenary Combat Academy. Getting ready for some Muay Thai. Getting ready for apparently a fight. Still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just hanging around, making content, having some fun. But yeah, hopefully soon. I don't know why they haven't offered me James Brown. Nico Gaffey, I believe that he needs a couple more fights just because, like, he just won a European title. Like, he has 2 fights in the organization. If they want it, come get it. But I do think that we could have a really fun build up. So doing it on short notice doesn't make any sense for the company. And if they do it, it'll be very weird. Like I believe that, two of Conor McGregor's favorite fighters in the organization deserve as much time as we possibly can to make fireworks for the featherweight world title.
There you go.
So we'll see. Hopefully they sign something. I'm not picky. I'll fight anyone. I'll make sure they all need 9-1-1. Okay.
911, 411, 811. Don't matter. Kai and 5.
Kai and 5. Bet the over. I like to have fun in there. I love to give the fans their money's worth for the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
They're out here working their asses off to pay for the pay-per-view, and some guys give them only 3 to 10 seconds. Me, a full 15 minutes, 10 rounds of fighting plus the in between. Does not get much better than that, guys.
Exactly. Person of the people.
And as always, always bet the over 34.5 punches. Always.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good stuff. You got a parlay for the old dose at all?
For the dose?
For the magic dose?
The magic dose. I don't have a can to announce it.
Oh, boo. No.
I guess we can do it.
Which I looked online. Apparently, you can't ship it to Montana.
I don't think that's true. Well, I'll try to see what we can do there because maybe we can work something out because Eagle Distributing in Great Falls distributes it for Magic Dose. So hopefully I can get them somewhere. Maybe I can get a local bar or convenience store to sell them. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. I'll message the guy tonight because we just got that link with the code. I was really hoping that, people can order and get it done. But with that being said, the Magic Dose parlay of the week, we are heading to the NBA. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I am going to give it to you right here live. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This one's definitely going to cash. Philadelphia 76ers at home. LA Clippers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. LA Clippers at home. Let's take them. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Toronto Raptors. Cleveland Cavaliers at home. Let's cash it. We got a plus 187 parlay. Bet 100, get 187 back. So definitely one worth keeping an eye on. And hopefully we see y'all on the other side in the winner's circle.
There you go. Love to see it. Speaking of friggin' Lays hitting, I was actually one leg away from hitting a perfect 9 for the college one.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, I think it was Vandy, Missouri.
Did you actually make a ticket?
No, I did not, unfortunately. So it was a lot, same game Lays, but that would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Vandy, Missouri one was an under. So I think because Missouri ended up losing their their second string QB after losing their first string QB earlier in the year too. So Missouri, wow, now I can't talk. Missouri, I think now is down to their third string QB, unfortunately. So rough luck for them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, can't wait to be back home in my setup. I love my setup.
You got a pretty legit setup. I can't argue that. And maybe one of these times I'll follow suit in my little domain. But
one day.
And now, gonna be like a little kid and just leave play on my play games on my phone, on my tablet.
Love it. Well, that's about all I got. I mean, we got shit. We didn't do a recap. We kind of recapped.
Yeah, okay, recap a little bit.
See, our flow is almost going against us. We're getting our episodes done early. Our flow just goes and we get the job done. Shit.
It's all about the flow, baby. Hey, you got a battle of the non-existing Pac-2 now. Washington State against Oregon State.
Who you going for in that one?
I guess I'm going to go Washington State.
Is that a homer pick?
A little bit, so.
A little bit. Well, shit. I want a bagel in the morning.
There you go.
But I can't have one. Cream cheese is not good for the old weight cut.
Just raw dog the bagel.
Why would I raw dog the bagel? That's nasty.
Oh, that's nasty.
Well, shit. Well, unless you got anything else, we can plan for a banger of an episode for either Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure out something one way or another. So
I want to get back to the clipping. I took a little bit of a hiatus. I've been formulating a social media plan. So we're going to see if we can get her going. We need to get the job done on my socials, these socials. So if you guys, but the most exciting thing is we're just waiting on a little bit of paperwork, but the website will be dropping soon. There's going to be 3P merch. There's going to be Dakota Rough Roads merch, King Kai merch, and some cracked skull pepper. I think we're going to be adding a little bit of a special friend for the cracked skull pepper. So stay tuned and be sure to get the absolute best spice made by Alpine Touch in Montana made. Shout out to them. Also, shout out to Harvey Singh and Dave Evans. They are fighting next weekend in a boxing smoker in Lewistown. If you guys are in and around central Montana, do not be afraid to head on out there. I'm cheering for an absolute banger of a fight. Love both guys. And speaking of loving both guys, Singh Contracting has been day one sponsors. They've been with us for since before our title run, actually. So shout out him taking care of Montana fighters, always supporting Montana locals. And then shout out Dave, Coach Dave at Flow State Athletics. He's the man behind the world champion. He's the man that helped form the game plan to take down Howard Davis, because he's like, I'm a short guy to fight tall guys in prison all the time. Let's get her done. I was like, shit, he means business. So shout out to both those guys. Next weekend should be live on the Fusion Facebook page. If I'm wrong on that, I do apologize. So last but not least, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and sign up for Keurig.com using code King Kai for all of your sports betting needs. Supporting these businesses that we're shouting out: Magic Dose, Harvey Singh, Keurig.com. They all come back into not only 3P, but into the King Kai world title domination era. So thank you guys for everything. And with that, I ain't got much left. Shit.
Yeah, not much of mine either, except for I dropped a new batch of salsa. So it's the same 3P salsa, by the way. So it's same diff. I may or may not have been stupid and forgot an ingredient, but it still is very salsa-esque. So
yeah. Can't wait to get
interested. Let me know.
Yep.
Yeah, I still got to send you a jar at some point. I'm sure I'll make sure I have a jar for you next time you come up. So.
Hell yeah, I appreciate you. Do you write down all the ingredients that you put into it?
I don't know, but at that point, it's not. If I do swap different batches, it's just a couple things here and there, but the base of it remains the same. It's just, I just zonked out, and and the worst part, it's a pretty key main ingredient. The good news is because of the batch it'll only be a little bit difference, but nonetheless, I think it's very salsa-esque. But yeah, nonetheless, I think that sounds good for me. If that sounds good to you, thank you everyone for tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. And once again, I'm Tweek. That's Kai. Porty Puffs it, and we predict it. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.